This video is sponsored by HubSpot Smart CRM. If you've ever wanted automation without touching a single line of code, here's the complete walkthrough for building workflows inside HubSpot Smart CRM. From your first trigger to a fully automated sequence running on its own. This one builds directly on the funnel from the last video. Once leads are flowing in and deals are moving through your pipeline, workflows are what keep the whole thing running without someone manually pushing every record forward. Before opening the workflow builder, get specific about what you're trying to automate. Vague goals like automate my follow-ups produce messy workflows. Specific goals like notify a rep the moment a deal sits untouched for 5 days produce clean ones. Inside HubSpot Smart CRM, workflows can run off contacts, deals, tickets, or company records, so the first decision is which object your automation should be built around. This matters because it determines what triggers and actions are even available to you later. A deal-based workflow can update pipeline stages and deal amounts. A contact-based workflow can update lifecycle stages and send emails. Picking the right starting object upfront saves you from rebuilding the whole thing later. A useful habit before building anything. Write out the automation in plain English first. When this happens, do this. Then this. If you can't describe it in a single clear sentence, the workflow itself is going to end up just as tangled. 5 minutes of planning here regularly saves an hour of rebuilding later. It also helps to think about who else might need to understand this workflow later, not just you. Naming it clearly, something like deal stalled follow-up rather than workflow 3, means a teammate looking at your automation list 6 months from now can tell what it does without opening it and reading through every step. Inside the workflow builder, everything starts with an enrollment trigger, the condition that pulls a record into the automation. This could be as simple as a form submission or as specific as a deal sitting in a certain stage for a set number of days. HubSpot Smart CRM lets you stack multiple conditions together, so you're not limited to one broad rule catching too many records. A practical example? Email a contact when their lead score crosses your qualifying threshold, and their lifecycle stages is still lead, not already customer. That second condition alone prevents the workflow from re-triggering on existing customers by mistake, which is one of the most common early automation errors. It's also worth deciding whether records should re-enroll. Some automations should only ever run once per contact, a welcome sequence, for example. Others make sense running repeatedly, like a check-in reminder that fires every time a deal goes quiet again. Getting this setting wrong is a common reason workflows send duplicate emails to the same person. Once your trigger is set, you add actions using the same visual builder. No code required anywhere in the process. Common actions include sending an internal notification, creating a task with a due date, updating a property on the record, or sending an automated email. Each action sits as its own block, and you can reorder them by dragging, not editing anything behind the scenes. Delays are worth using deliberately here. Instead of firing every action instantly, you can add a wait step, 3 days a week, until a specific date so your automation matches how your actual sales cycle moves, rather than overwhelming a contact with everything at once. Keep each workflow focused on one outcome rather than trying to handle everything in a single sequence. A workflow that nurtures leads and one that notifies sales are easier to troubleshoot separately than one giant automation trying to do both at once. If a workflow starts feeling hard to explain out loud, that's usually a sign it's doing too much. Every action block also shows a live preview of what it will actually do before you save it. An email preview, the exact task text, the specific property value being set, checking that preview each time you add a block catches small mistakes, like a typo in an email, before they ever reach a real contact. Most real automations aren't a straight line, and this is where branching logic comes in. Inside HubSpot Smart CRM, you can add an if-then branch based on almost any property. Job title, deal amount, lifecycle stage, and the workflow splits into separate paths automatically depending on which condition a record matches. A common use case? Branch based on deal amount, routing high-value deals to a senior rep's queue, and smaller deals to a standard follow-up sequence. all inside the same single workflow instead of building two separate ones. Branches can nest inside other branches too, but that's usually a sign to step back and check whether you're overcomplicating things. A workflow with 3 or 4 levels of nested branches becomes difficult for anyone but you to troubleshoot later. If it's getting that complex, it's often cleaner to split it into 2 connected workflows instead. Every workflow has a test feature before you activate it live, and skipping this step is where most automation mistakes happen. Run a test record through the entire sequence and check each action actually fires the way you expect, the right email sends, the right property updates, the right person gets notified. It's worth testing with a record that matches your trigger criteria exactly, not just any random contact, since edge cases are usually where branching logic breaks. Once you've confirmed the test run behaves correctly, turn the workflow on and let it start enrolling real records. Test each branch separately if your workflow has more than one path. It's easy to test the main path, see it work, and assume the whole thing is solid, while an edge case branch sits untested and broken until a real contact hits it weeks later. And automation isn't something you build once and forget. HubSpot Smart CRM keeps an enrollment history for every workflow, showing exactly how many records went through, which branch they took, and where any got stuck. Checking this periodically catches problems early. A branch nobody's hitting, a delay that's too long before they quietly cost you leads. Small adjustments compound over time. A workflow that saves a few minutes per lead doesn't feel significant on day one, but across hundreds of leads a month, that's hours of manual work removed permanently, and it keeps running whether or not anyone remembers it exists. A good habit is reviewing your active workflows once a month, even briefly. Sales processes change. A pipeline stage gets renamed, a new rep joins the rotation, and workflows built around the old structure can quietly stop matching how the team actually works if nobody revisits them. That's how you build real automation inside HubSpot Smart CRM without writing a single line of code, from your first trigger to a fully working workflow. Start with one simple automation, get it working reliably, then build the next one, rather than trying to automate everything on day one. If you want to set this up for your own team, the link to try HubSpot Smart CRM is in the description below.